Welcome guys, I'm HOJ and today we're going to do another standard event, this time with Boros Burn with a updated version, and yeah, we'll jump in here in just a minute. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. If you do end up liking my content, consider subscribing. In the description of the video, you're going to find playlists for all of my different decks as well as some of the recent standard events here. There'll be deck lists as well as win rate percentage stats, and then also a subscription link if you'd like to subscribe. So yeah, let's jump in. So I took the previous version of Boros Burn and just kind of updated it a little bit. So let's take a look at the deck. I sort of liked what more of the meta has been doing with Boros Burn and aggro, kind of combining a little bit, being able to have some reach with some of the spells, and then also being able to have kind of a bit more creatures there to help kind of win some of the creature fights as well. So jumping in this deck, I upped the land count up to 23 sources. We have 3 copies of Starting Town, which helps us filter if we need. And then we don't want, I think, the full playset just because it does come in tapped unless it's your first, second, or third turn of the game. And we do have a couple 5-drops. We have 2 copies of Soulstone Sanctuary, which I think is kind of the premier colorless land for these aggro type decks, as long as we have our colors sort of covered. 3 copies of Sunbillow Verge, which taps for white, and then taps for, alternatively taps for red if you control a plane or mountains. 4 copies of Sacred Foundry, which is a mountain and a plains. And then also 4 copies of Inspiring Vantage, another great dual land here. 1 copy of Abraded Bluffs to do a little bit of damage to the opponent. It is the only land that comes in tapped automatically. 2 copies of Rockface Village to help kind of buff our Emberheart Challengers and our Hired Claws. And then 4 basic mountains. For the 1-drops, we have 3 copies of Burnout Bashtronaut. I was going to get 4, but I don't have enough rares, unfortunately, to craft the 4th, so I decided just to go with 3. And it, is a fantastic 1-drop. I think most lists are running the full playset, but we've got 3, so it's a nice way to kind of get aggressive and then start building up max speed for double strike. 4 copies of Burst Lightning, and then 1 copy of Shock, which kind of acts as like the 5th copy of Burst Lightning. These are important because it's helpful for early game spot removal, but it's also really good at targeting our Screaming Nemesis to be able to turn off life gain in the mid game. And then also 4 copies of Hired Claw, which is kind of the premier 1-drop right now in mono red or in Boros. For the 2-drops, we have a full playset of Sheltered by Ghosts to kind of help with the aggro match. Lifelink is super important. Also being able to nab non-land permanents. 4 copies of Lightning Helix. This is the other 4 copies we have for life gain, which also does damage, spot removal. And then 4 copies of Boros Charm. Fantastic 4 points to the dome. Can also protect our permanents by giving them indestructible, or give double strike to a creature, which is really nice because with Emberheart Challenger, we get benefit from targeting this creature. So Boros Charm is really great that way because it can kind of usually do almost as much damage or sometimes more damage by giving it double strike, and then we also get a card. So 3 copies of Emberheart Challenger, which is kind of our payoff card here for casting a lot of spells, and 3 copies of Slickshot Show-Off. The reason I've got 3 of each is because I had to shave some cards to get it down to 60. Wasn't sure exactly which to cut. And with 3 of each, you have a decent chance of seeing one if you need it. With Slickshot Show-Off, it's really nice against like counter magic to plot this card and then wait for sort of an opening and then sort of unleash all hell with the Show-Off and a bunch of burn. And with Emberheart Challenger, it's really nice because It has the extra point of power naturally, and it's good for being targeted with like Boros Charm or the Rockface Village if we happen to have one. But it's just another path. Also sheltered by ghosts, it gets the additional targeting benefit there. And then we have 4 copies of Screaming Nemesis to turn off all the life gain. And usually, if you're up against like mono white life gain, you definitely want to target this, even kill it with your own burn to turn off life gain immediately. That pretty much will derail their whole plan. But it's also really good in the mirror as well. And then 3 copies of Nova Hellkite, which you can play for 3 mana to warp it in to do 1 damage, target creature and opponent controls, and it's a 4/5 flying haste. And then you can replay it as a 5-drop. So 3 kind of feels right, just so we have easy access to it. There are also a decent amount of targets for this, not only in like the mono white life gain deck, which I've played quite a bit, but also I think some versions of mono red have like the 2/1 goblin, which you can then pay 3 mana to, I think, draw and discard just to get some more filtering. So there's going to be targets for this. But this is the deck, and let's see, we've got 20 creatures and 17 non-creatures, average mana of 2.0. And let's go ahead and jump into the event. So I'm really hoping I can end up taking down one of these standard events, because right now I have 19 play-in points, and if I can get one more before this Friday, I'll be able to take part in the play-in event, which I'm hoping to be able to create a video for as well. Opening hand looks great. Yeah. Got mana, got stuff to do. I've also been playing a little bit of Limited and really like the new set through the Omen through the Omenpaths. And I think hopefully if I can do well in the play-in event, I'll be able to play maybe this weekend in the Limited. I think it's sealed. So, all right, let's lead out here with Hired Claw. Freya Crescent. I have not seen this one before. All right, what do we want to do now? We want to have access to Helix. We'll just get in with this, then we can maybe buff it up if we want, or just keep some mana open. Maybe we play Foundry, come into play tapped. I'm not really sure what I want to do here. Giving them extra mana, maybe we get rid of this right away. I think I'd probably play Foundry tapped and then leave up mana. I guess I just don't know this deck, so maybe it's correct to get rid of this right away before they even have access to mana. I think we just want to wait and see what they do. I think we want to wait for turn 4 for Nemesis to make sure we can turn off life gain, since they are also Boros as well. So I think this turn, let's just go ahead and leave up 1 mana. We can get Hired Claw going. Sure. A little surprised you want to block, but we'll take it. Again, we're just going to leave mana up just in case they've got stuff to do. Basically, we just don't want to get blown out by Sheltered by Ghosts. Okay, job select, +2/+2, trample, hasten as a samurai. Okay. And I guess that just comes auto-equip. There's no window there. Interesting. Permanent has ward 1. Okay. Yeah, now we can just shock one of the, I think the 2/2 here. Okay, so now we want to turn off life gain. We can play the Nemesis. And I think we can just leave it up here. I think we just, well, let's see, they're at 15. We've got a bunch of burn in hand. I guess we can just attack. Furion. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I just haven't seen this deck before. All right. And now we will turn off life gain. So we're going to take 7. Gonna have to draw here a little well. Yeah, because I believe all this is on the actual artifact, right? Enchant target artifact, yeah. So I think we just go face and hope to draw well. not quite enough, but we're not dead yet. And they do have to respect it if they just draw land. Ooh, Dragonlance. That might put us over the edge. It's a cool deck. I have not seen this deck before. So I think actually looking back, because we had enough mana, I guess we were like hoping to like draw into like Dragon or something like that. So maybe it was correct to play out and just hope to draw right. But otherwise we could have like kept back our Lightning Helix and use it on like their Furion in case they drew something like this. So that would have invalidated 3 of our draws. Actually, I suppose we could have just played the Dragon for 3 and still had enough. So yeah, we should have kept Helix back in hindsight. And that's unfortunately going to do it here. Okay, not off to a great start, but hopefully we can do better. I do think that the Boros deck is set up a little bit better than just mono red. Mono red definitely has some tools that Boros doesn't use as much, such as like the Needlehead, like the 2 red mana 2/2 that does a damage to the opponent whenever they draw a card. That card is fantastic, but doesn't really slot into Boros quite as well just because of the land. They also have the 4 mana 5/4 that prevents life gain. You could play it in Boros, but I think there just is sort of other stuff to do. So they're both great decks, but I like Boros a little more. Okay, we'll start out with Inspiring Vantage, and we'll get Hired Claw going. Still learning the deck, but typically I think you probably want to start with Hired Claw over Burnout Bashtronaut just to begin. Since this is just going to be white mana, I think we just play this Abraded Bluffs and then just play a Bashtronaut. Could be mono green beatdown. Yeah, and it is. Okay. I don't think they can kill us on turn 3 with Tifa. They have a little bit of a setup time. So I think we just go maybe like, I suppose we could get Shelter by Ghosts going. Otherwise we could just pump, play Bashtronaut, and wait for them to invest a little bit more. Or go for Hellkite. Yeah, just looking at my options here. I think we do this maybe next turn. Well, we don't have a ton of time. I wonder if it's correct to just Boros Charm here. They're already at 16. I think I'm going to use Hired Claw instead, though. I wonder if there's some sequence of plays where they can get, like, Tifa to do 20 on turn 3. I suppose if they have like Snakeskin Veil, maybe we should have taken care of it last turn. But I'm not sure. I think with 4 mana they might be able to do it though. If they have Snakeskin Veil, it's pretty rough. You also might just want to like go Hellkite this turn just for the mana. Yeah, again, I'm not sure what they're capable of. I think I'm just going to go Hellkite and then Sheltered next turn. Just because of the mana up. They had the Snakeskin Veil. I mean, we weren't going to kill it anyways. So now they can go 2, 4, 8. I think we might have to hold back Hired Claw here. We hit for 6. Next turn we can hit for another... 4, 8, 9. Yeah, I think we just attack with these ones. Just in case, because they gave it the extra token. I'm beginning to think we should have got rid of it on turn 2. They double twice, they go 6, 12, they need to double 3 times. Okay, so they're just setting up for next turn. Alright, we take it, and then we just get rid of this, and then we just kill them. Let's see. Even if he blocks, we hit them for 1, 2, 3. He's just dead. Plus these have double strike. Sure. Okay, 1 and 1. Opening hand looks fun. Could start with Inspiring Vantage. Ooh, Duress is good. Guess we'll give him the option. I think here we might actually just want to plot this, just because we are expecting to have removal. We want to, like, I think, set up a turn. And let's go Hired Claw and plot another one. Skeletons, okay. That'll work. Guess we're on a little bit of a clock here, so getting these things out, especially since he's tapped out, makes sense. Trying to decide if we want to go face here or get rid of the skeleton. Oh, it's on the beginning of their end step, so we can kill their skeleton here and then just push. I think we might just want to go face with it. This skeleton is kind of annoying. Yeah, it's just their end step, right? Yeah. Okay, so they get their corpses back. Do they have another one? I guess in case we draw a dragon, it helps to have this in play, even though it does show us basically we have nothing. Screaming Nemesis is pretty great. And that'll do it. All right, 2-1. That equipment deck was kind of cool, though. I haven't seen that one before. Also, hopefully this deck will be a little bit better against like the Azorius Artifacts deck, just with all the haste. Alright, opening hand looks good. Got some mana, stuff to do. They're freebooting. I think this is the raise the pass deck. Yeah, we just want to start growing Hired Claw here. Suppose we'll wait to see if they block. Voice of Victory is a good one. They can do a lot with Voice of Victory, actually. I wonder if we're supposed to Helix that. Or I guess we could Sheltered by Ghosts. I don't think they have a ton of removal. Maybe we're supposed to Sheltered by Ghosts. Otherwise we just go Nemesis, get Nemesis going. I kind of want to have 4 mana though in case they've got removal so we can turn off life gain. So I think I'm just going to Shelter by Ghosts here. Freebooter number 2, Servandum. Whenever another creature you control dies, you just put an exile. Put a +1/+1 counter. When he dies, destroy. Okay, got it. Yeah, I think we just want to Burst Lightning on our Nemesis next turn. Yeah. But we need the correct mana. Okay. Do we run it out there and just go Nemesis? I think we kind of have to. He probably wants to trade these 2 for Hired Claw. Do we care? Go to 27, we get Nemesis going. He gets back Voice of Victory. I think we push. Not sure if this was right or not, but I think... Yeah, I'm not sure. Because he can do a lot with Voice of Victory right now. He can gain a bunch of life, which is annoying. As long as he has the sack outlet. And he's got it. That's annoying. Yeah, I'm kind of kicking myself for... But we just need the red mana. Just, Okay, I think we just turn off life gain. I guess we'll get in, see what he does. He's at 15, we're at 21. He pushes for a fair amount. Yeah, I think we just do it now, because if he can do it at instant speed, whenever he attacks. I guess we can wait until his turn. All right, now we can turn it off. Oh, never mind, we can't because of voice. Good Lord, I forgot about Voice of Victory. That was a huge mistake. Whew. Sleeping at the wheel here. Oh man, that could have just cost us. Now we can sack in response. Yeah, that was a major mistake. And now I think we're just dead. Yeah, we just don't have enough. Yeah, because we can only do 10 damage, I think. Yeah. Well, didn't quite get there. I think trading our Life Flicker was probably incorrect. 2 and 2. Definitely need to get some reps into this deck. Okay, this opener looks good. And having 2 red sources is definitely also great. Okay, here's the deck. Can we do it? Let's lead out with, I guess if we go Challenger here, they could have like Pinnacle Star Cage. So maybe it's better to just push with Claw. Try to save up some burn. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. They do run a full play set of Pinnacle Star Cage. I think we want 4 mana to go like Emberheart Challenger, maybe plus like Boros Charm perhaps. We can also now go Hired Claw into push. Get the double trigger. They could also have Saw Blades here, it's possible. Spectral Stitching. we go Boros Charm, it's actually about the same. Never mind, it's just indestructible, it's not hexproof. So yeah, we can't do anything about that. I think we just save burn. Authority is really nasty. I forgot about Authority. Yeah, now we just go Boros Charm. And then I think we just pump. I think we just double pump here instead of playing Challenger. You could go for Star Cage. Yeah, there's the Star Cage. Trying to decide if we want to run out both of these. I think we kind of have to because of the Authority. So yeah, Star Cage is really good. And now you can go Star Cage again, unfortunately. Yeah, Repurposing Bay, so good here. Star Cage number 2. Guess we hold the last land. I don't think it really matters. Yeah, I forgot they play a full play set of Authority of the Councils also. And now they just go and get the thing that gives it haste. Swing for 14. Yeah, it's going to do it, unfortunately. I don't think there's anything we can draw that gets us out of this. Yeah. Because, yeah, we just die in combat. before the trigger. Okay, that did not go as planned. Definitely made a couple mistakes there. Hopefully you guys can see the mistakes that I make so that you don't make them yourself. But 2 and 3, unfortunately, just got a couple gems in a pack. But I wanted to try it with a different deck. So thank you guys for watching. And I think in hindsight for the deck, probably would maybe shave 1 copy of the Soulstone Sanctuary just to make the mana a little better. It was pretty awkward. I think we have basically 5 land here that if the right circumstances are set up, we won't have access to red, and that feels like a little bit too many. We have, I think, 18 sources of red without them. So maybe cutting a Sanctuary, possibly like cutting a Sunbillow Verge for like another Abraded Bluffs might be an option. But it's a starting point. Anyways, thanks guys for watching, and we will see you in the next